That's the American dream right there. Anything can happen to anyone. It's just random.
You fought her off with a water pistol. I bloody love you.
Hey, watch your space, man. Boy, watch it, Earth girl.
You're not making with me, sunshine.
Don't be so dull. I'm nothing special.
Yes, you are. You're brilliant.
How much I hate you.
I'm on.
What? Do you want a bet, time boy?
Do you know I ever tell you? Best 10 pin chiswick? Otherwise per minute.
Everybody, how's it going? How's your Fanexpo? My name's Teddy Wilson.
And I'm Morgan Hoffman.
No, you're not. What's your real name?
I'm AJ Fry.
Yeah,
Hi,
you
everyone.
are. We're
Yes.
the hosts of Inner Space on the Space Channel. Woo! Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
If you
you're
like
having an awesome con.
If you like Doctor Who, you can watch it on Space.
What?
It's like we're here to promote ourselves.
Self-promo. Are you having a good expo so far? Last day, home stretch, but some great stuff. Some great stuff. Well, one of, I don't want to speak for AJ, but I will. One of our favorite things to do on Inner Space is talk about and dissect Doctor Who. You would agree with that, right?
I would agree wholeheartedly.
We've been talking about it and dissecting it for a long time, and some of our favorite episodes to talk about featured your next guest. Would you like us to bring her out here? Yes! She's done a lot of amazing work in film and television and radio and theater, but of course you also know and love her as Donna Noble from Doctor Who. Please welcome Catherine Tate!
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
What's this camera doing?
This guy? Oh, yeah.
That's the Inner Space camera.
Yeah,
right there.
they
That's
just
our
What's
camera.
that going to do?
walking out.
What's that going to do? Because
Oh.
that's an incredibly unflattering angle, sir.
Oh, is that
What are you doing? Seriously, turn it off. If you want to film me, get on a ladder and I'll look up.
Yes! Oh, it's from our show. They just filmed the guests walking out.
Oh, you just filmed me walking out? Let me do it again because I didn't know.
I'll introduce you again. You know and love her as Donna Noble from Doctor Who. Please welcome Catherine Tate! That was the best walkout ever in the history of Fanexpo.
Hello, Canada. How are ya? Hello.
Hello.
I said, oh, I'm
It's an
gonna
honor.
listen. What I like to do is see who we've got here. That's the bit. Uh-oh, he's gone. Who's come from the furthest place? They better not be me. Where you come from? Montreal. Montreal, is that far? What did you say? Northern Ireland. Suck it, Montreal. Have we got any bids on Northern Ireland?
Germany!
Where do people from Germany? Holland. Northern Ireland. Go with yourselves.
Oh, Croatia!
Australia. Where's the Australians? Did you bring me any Tim Tags? Sod you then. What's this? Where? New Zealand, suck it, Australia! What? This isn't the walkout, sir. Anyone over here? Mexico! Ecuador! Gallifrey! And there he has it. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you.
Catherine Tate panels are fun.
Yes. This is what I do. I like to muck about, so the less time we have to talk about sci-fi, the better.
If you do have a question, though, we're going to line up right down the middle. Could we
You
get
do
the
have a
mic
question.
over here? And we're going to bring
Let
the
me
mic
tell you
over.
this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this before we start. Working with Tate Tennant was great. I've seen John Barrowman's arse. If I was going to travel around with another doctor, it'd be Chris Eccleston, because we'd probably fight a lot. And that's all I know about space. You know, full disclosure, I don't know about Doctor Who, right?
Yeah, we know.
Did you know that? I don't know. I didn't watch the show. And it's about space. And here's the other thing. Oh, here's how to make a sci-fi crowd turn against you. Never seen Star Wars. Some people down here have melted. Child of the TARDIS. Oh, you've got one in your tummy. Oh, how lovely. And you've got a Slytherin. Oh, what's Slytherin? Is that a Doctor Who monster? What is it? Harry Potter. I've never seen that either. That's about people, I don't know, little kid with glasses. Now I'm a frog. Something like that. Congratulations. What does Slytherin sound like? Was that something about Doctor Who? Slovene, see? Something stayed in. Anyway, will you two shut up?
When you said you'd seen John Barrowman's ass, somebody yelled, "Who hasn't?"
Oh, it's so true. Oh, it's so true. I've got fixed braces and I've got a seed caught between them, so the close-up photo's not going to be nice.
I won't ask you any detailed questions about Doctor Who, but can you talk about when you first appeared at the end of that episode, Doomsday? How much secrecy was there around that when you appeared
what
as the
Doomsday?
runaway?
The one where I come in as the bride?
Yeah, in the TARDIS. Yeah, that first scene.
There was so much secrecy about that, or about that.
Thank you.
There was so much secrecy about that we filmed it in Cardiff, and they didn't book me in as my own name. They didn't book me into the hotel as Catherine Tate. And they said, we've booked you in as the name Julie Simpson, which was one of the producers on the show. So I was like sworn to secrecy. There was no way anyone was getting my name out of me. So when I go to book into the reception, I say, yeah, I've got a room, and the woman behind the counter, she says, "Oh right, is it in the name of Catherine Tate?" And I go, no, it isn't, and I don't know why you're saying that. And in the end, I had to say yes, because obviously I didn't have any identification as Julie Simpson, But there was so much secrecy about that. And it was the only secret they managed to keep in the whole of Doctor Who, apparently, in our time. Everything else got leaked, but my stuff didn't. But not even by me, so that was good. Hey, yay!
Well, it's no secret that the new Doctor is going to be Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah.
What are your reactions to that casting news?
My reaction is, woohoo! I think it's great. It'll be great. She'll be brilliant, I'm sure. Here's the thing, though. You know what? I do another show. I do a comedy show, and this is why Canada is very, very close to my heart. When I first started doing my show, which is called the Catherine Tate Show, imaginative, the Banff Film Festival, which I believe is in Canada,
Yes, it is.
was the first award I ever got was from the Banff Film Festival, and I got awarded the Best International Film. And it was before anyone in England even thought, didn't even know who she was. And Canada, you were there first, so thank you for that. And my mum, who I was on the phone to today, she said, don't forget to thank them. So I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you. Yay! Yay! You're like cheerleaders via satellite. Woo! There she goes again. In the silence.
And you were touring the Catherine Tate show around the UK pretty recently.
Recently I was. Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
How was
I toured. It was brilliant. I was so lovely to go and do the show, my show, live in front of the, in front of the unwashed masses. in front of people. It was so brilliant. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And we did, every single thing was new material. It was the recognised characters, but single thing was new material. The one thing we did it was almost like doing the greatest hits. I did a sketch which we've always called the translator sketch. And that was the only thing I did that was sort of like old material, but it was such a kind of crowd pleaser, you couldn't really top it. So it was great. I love doing live stuff. You love my Christmas Carol. Thank you very much. Nan's Christmas Carol.
Man.
What?
Yeah.
All right. All at once or none at all?
Want to go to the crowd for a question?
Yeah.
Let's.
All right.
Good afternoon, Miss Tate. I wasn't actually expecting to be the first question. I was hoping to have a little more lead-in time.
A little more time.
But Donna Noble is my favorite companion.
Thank
obviously.
you. That's
Yes,
your
woo.
cue to cheer in about 10 seconds. There it is.
Woo. My question actually concerns how Donna left the show, because my family and I were all Doctor Who fans, and we personally all hated it because it undoes all of her character development over the time she spent with the Doctor. I was just wondering what your feelings on how Donna left the show were. Were you happy with it, or did you think maybe she deserved a little better?
Oh no, I was delighted. Listen, anything that Russell T Davies writes would be my pleasure to bring to life. And Donna's story was a tragedy, and I think that's why it's almost especially poignant, because this is a girl who didn't know any better, didn't think she was up to much, and then had no idea of everything she could have been. And I think that was the point of it, was that there's not always happy endings. You know, sometimes it's pretty devastating, although she did come back and win the lottery, so it wasn't too bad. But she can't remember, and that is Donna's story, and that's Donna's tragedy, I think. So I was delighted with it, because it was a fantastic arc to play.
Well, I'm glad someone was.
Well, I'm sorry we've disappointed you, sir. It was perfect. What's your name, lady? Diana. Goddess of hunting.
Hey there.
Hello.
Hi. I wanted to do a joke, but
You wanted to do a joke?
yeah. But
Do it!
No.
Come on, what is it?
No, I'm fine.
Do you have a question then?
Yeah, I do. So first of all, I just wanted to point out that our shoes are very similar, and that's just something I got.
The shoes?
Shoes.
I know, look at this.
Mine too.
3 gold stripe Adidas shell toe, people.
Yeah.
My daughter said I'm too old to be wearing.
Never.
Never, no, I know.
Never.
But I'm here to embarrass children, absolutely. Yes.
And wait, so when I said that our shoes are similar, they're not similar. They're the exact same shoes.
Really? We're both in them at the same time? That's space travel for you, baby. Don't say that, because you're, so young, and it just embarrasses me. My child was right.
And my question is, who's your favorite actor or actress to work with?
Well, out of the ones I've worked with, I couldn't really put a favourite on it, because everyone's different, everyone's brilliant, and I love many people for various different reasons. Hand on heart, though, I would have to say David Tennant would be up there, because it's always a joy to work with him.
Yay!
There she is again. Yay! A little bit less sure of yourself this time. Yay! My waters have just broken. Yeah, David is a joy. He's a brilliant actor, a fantastic human being. He's fantastic in drama, in comedy. He's just a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be walking. Sorry, I realised I'm walking up and down. I don't like to sit. You know, sitting's the new smoking, don't you? That's why I don't sit at the table. You know when people sit and do the autographs? Stand up, people. Live longer. Exactly! That's why I move as well. Keeping up the pedometer. 20,000 steps.
Yay!
Beating you. So yes, thank you for your question. It would be, David is one of the most brilliant people to work with.
Also, I'm calling out my sister, and her name is also Diana.
Really? Diana!
Cool
is that a
shoes.
song? I love you. Oh no, that's not Diana. What was that? Joanna. Joanna? Ah, close enough.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Catherine. Came up to see you.
How are ya?
Really good.
Good.
I got something to tell you.
Yes.
I've got a new business.
You've got a new business. Probably no one else knows what that means, but go on.
You gotta explain it first, then.
What?
Should you explain it first?
I've got to explain it. You're hard work, love. So when we were doing Doctor Who, we used to play a game between takes, and it was called I've Got a New Business. And how that would work would be, someone would come up and say, I've got a new business. And then you would have to say to them, what's your new business? Then they would tell you what their new business was. This will all become apparent. You will then ask them, how's business? And they will then reply in a form that uses a pun of the new business. Example. I will give an example, right? So I'll say, I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
I've got to think of one first. I've got to think of one that's not too rude.
Oh, go on.
No. You've got to be eased in gently. I don't want her having a baby. For example, yes, I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
I'm making glass.
How's business?
I'm shattered. Okay? It's like that. That's the game. And we used to do that all the time on Doctor Who. And then I carried on doing it in my own show, and in one of the the backstage documentaries of the show, we're doing it. So you've got a new business.
I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
Making stopwatches.
Making stopwatches.
Yeah.
How's business?
It's all about timing.
There it is. Remind me at the end to tell you what my business is, then we'll have all known each other a little bit longer. Yeah, no, it's a good one. I've got a new business. Oh, shall I tell you what David's was? I mean, of course, he's got to be really clever, hasn't he? So he says to me, I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
Oh, God, what was it? Hold on.
He's a funeral director, wasn't he?
Yes, right, start again. I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
I'm making inflatable balloons.
Yay!
Oh, no, that's not it. Don't yay yet. I'm making inflatable balloons. No, I've not finished! I'm trying to let me finish! I'm trying to word it right. In fact, yes. I've got a new business.
What's your new business?
Right. I'm making inflatable balloons, wait, of gods.
How's business?
Profits are rising. That was David. Smart ass. Hello.
Hello.
Did you want to ask some questions? Sorry. You sure? Is this all right?
Yeah, maybe we'll
thanks,
chime
guys.
in, but their
Chime
questions
in.
theirs are better than ours.
Okay, so I was talking to you yesterday about Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes.
Which is like my favorite thing ever.
Do you?
I can't believe you said that! It's really good.
Thank you.
Do you have any fun stories or anecdotes from like the rehearsals or the show or whatever? I just want
About
more.
your Going off the mic, so this is all I heard.
Any fun stories or
any funny stories? Do you know what the thing about funny stories are? Unless they're mainly all about John Barrowman's arse, and they lose in translation. They really do. But the thing about it is, certainly when we were working on Doctor Who, Much Ado About Nothing, every day was fun. It really was. It was just such a joy to go in. We were always laughing. We were always having fun, and it never once felt like work. It was such a fantastic kind of part of, I think, all of our lives. And so, you know, there were probably a load of stories, but it's like, you know, private jokes. You say them and everyone goes, yeah, great. Yeah, no, that's really funny. So, yeah, John used to show his arse. A lot. Did you know John once did a radio, you probably know this, but he was interviewing on radio, because he used to have his own radio show. He used to be like a host on a radio show. And he got his, what do you call it, like polite word, tackle. You know what I'm saying? He got his business out, right? And it was on the radio. So many complaints. And people couldn't see it, but like people were complaining, thinking they heard his naked flesh. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he just likes to do it, but it was the most ridiculous thing for people to complain about. So that was fun.
Thanks for the question. Let's go to our
Hello,
next one.
look at this. I know who you are. Are you bothered? Look at that! Look at that for effort! You've changed! What happened? Is it like tag? Is it relay?
They
wow.
sub out. That's Amanda.
That's Amanda.
The deaf woman saying you tired them out.
I have. Yes. Oh my God, you've got repetitive strain injury. Sorry. Thank you. Speak all the languages. Sorry, darling, go on. Pressure.
Are you disrespecting me?
Do I look like I'm disrespecting you? Are you disrespecting me, though? Are you, though? I think you are, though. I think you're disrespecting the House of Cooper. What is your name?
Lauren. Just kidding. Samantha.
Rebecca.
Samantha.
Samantha! Look at my face, Samantha. Are you looking at my face? Are you looking at my face? Is any part of it bothered? No, because I ain't bothered. Look, face, bothered. Fanexpo, Canada, Toronto. I ain't bothered. Excellent effort, darling. Thank you so much. Oh, you've got a question as well. This better not be about sci-fi.
What's the difference that you found between doing characters you've written yourself and characters other people have written?
It takes me less time to write the ones I haven't written. And I like that. Don't know really. I guess I'm more instinctive about the characters that I've written, but I've been very lucky to play characters written by Shakespeare. Russell T Davies, who is a modern day Shakespeare, and many people that have been, you know, pleasure to bring their characters to life. So, thank you.
When you first read Donna on the page, what did you think of her when you met her the first time in script form?
I really liked it because I saw was the runaway bride.
Right.
And the first thing I remember thinking was, God, how are they going to get me up in a spider's web? Because that's the way I think. And I was thinking, oh God. I hope they let me wear trainers because I don't like the running. Hello.
Hello. There we go. I was wondering where you got your inspiration for your character Nan.
My character Nan, I do an old lady character that we originally titled Nan, was really just a collection of old ladies, I guess, I knew while growing up. It isn't actually based on my Nan, although my mum is very worried that people think, she says, you've got to stop swearing because people think it's Nanny. But they were, like, the way she Sits was like one old lady I used to know. The particular chair she was in was like another. But I actually didn't know anyone who, does that thing that Nan does where she's nice to people to their face and then really not very nice to them in the backstand. So I'm beginning to think that was just pure me. But yeah, I guess you get inspiration from everywhere. In fact, one of my next characters is going to be someone who cheers 10 seconds after it's appropriate.
Oh, you just got called out, honey. You just got called out.
But here's the thing, what I've noticed about people. What is your name? Megan. I'm going to remember that. But the thing that I noticed about doing characters and stuff is obviously you get inspiration from everyone. And you can take anyone's personality and you can put it on stage or you can put it on screen. And as long as you change their hairstyle, nobody recognises themselves. Yeah. Because people recognise themselves from what they look like, not their own characteristics. Yeah. So like I've got a character they're actually, it's a couple and they really love each other, and she'll say things like, oh, you won't believe what's happened to me today. Right? And so she's like, oh my God, I can't, this is like amazing, you won't believe it. And he's like, shut up, babe, right? Now that's my cousin, right? But she hasn't got dark black hair. So she doesn't recognise herself, right? And she will actually say to me, she'll watch my show and she'll go, oh, I can't believe that character that you do. That is so funny. And I'm like, it's you. So, yeah, people don't recognise themselves in their characteristics. Luckily. Yay!
A character that you played that was that myself and I'm sure other fans here really loved was Nellie Bertram on The Office.
Oh, yeah.
You're fantastic on The Office.
Oh, thank you.
What was that character like, and how did you come up with her?
Oh, well, I love playing Nellie. She got rather abrasive. And I used to sometimes have to say, look, really, am I going to say this? And they're like, yeah, it's all right. And I think what it is they're thinking, yeah, it's all right, you're British, you can get away with it. We don't want the American characters to say things like that. But, it was a joy to do that. Well, it was a joy to be part of such an amazing show, and my experience on it was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it.
Well, you are a master of comedy, so could you explain what the difference between the British humor traditional style is compared to the American sense of humor? Because Canadians enjoy both.
Well, that's good, and I think. I mean, for me, I think funny is funny. I don't know what American funny is as opposed to British funny. I think if it makes you laugh, it makes you laugh. I think there's much more of a crossover now, because I think what's happening more and more is there's a real tendency towards the uncomfortable humour, which possibly. For America, I don't know, because I don't know what the references is in America. In Britain, it was certainly things like Alan Partridge with Steve Coogan, and obviously Ricky Gervais in The Office, when things became to be a little bit more uncomfortable. Whereas for a huge swathe of time, comedy was always a little bit, hey, everything's okay, and everyone had to learn a lesson and people hugged. And I think probably Seinfeld changed that when they said, we're not hugging and no one's learning a lesson. And that was a good point in comedy. I think that's a good thing. So that's the rule I follow. Never learn a lesson in comedy. It's like, it's so boring. Because I don't want funny people. If they're funny, I don't think you have to like the character. I just think you've got to laugh with them, and probably, yay! And probably if you are laughing, it means on some level you like them anyway. Whereas I feel sometimes in America there's certainly a tendency to be aware that people can't be too mean, which is I genuinely think why they made the Nellie character say the things that she did. But yeah, funny's funny to me, I think.
Another question from the floor?
Hello. Hi.
I remember last year I was at a special screening for Shakespeare Live for the
yes.
anniversary. You were completely beautiful in that dress.
Showed my boobs off a treat, that dress did.
I was thinking, is there a character in all Shakespeare history that you would love to play that would be out of your comfort zone?
I guess out of my comfort zone would be someone who ran a lot. Henry IV, part 1, on a horse. I don't know really. I'm sure, listen, there's a real tendency now for what's called, cross-casting, where women are playing men's parts, men are playing women's parts. So I'm sure there's a whole plethora of characters in Shakespeare that would be absolutely brilliant to tackle. I don't know, and I kind of think, I don't know yet. Until I see something, I don't know if I'm going to think it's the right thing to do, and I'm not going to wade through the entire works of Shakespeare just to see what takes my fancy. Someone else is going to do that for me, and they go, oh, I think you should play this. But I'm sure there's loads, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Hi.
Hello.
My question was about The Office, actually, too.
Okay.
That show is great, and you're amazing in it.
Thank you.
And it's so funny, I was wondering if there were more moments, like the hilarious on-screen moments behind the scenes, too? Like, what was the cast like? Did you guys pull pranks on each other or anything like that?
Yeah, I think there's this misunderstanding that we all pull pranks on each other. Because the thing about it is, in filming, there's no time to do that. Do you know what I mean? The schedule is so tight. If we mucked around putting banana skins down, we'd all lose our jobs quite quickly, I can tell you. But the cast on The Office were absolutely wonderful. I mean, I turned up and they were all 9 years in. And they were genuinely like a family, genuinely like a proper, colleagues in a workplace, as well as being very good friends. But they were incredibly welcoming, and it was a joy to do. In fact, Craig Robinson is here from The Office this week, isn't he? This weekend. Craig. Crayrow, I call him. I'm so street. And he actually said he FaceTimed me while I was on my way to the airport here. He FaceTimed me, and he was in a car, and he said, he calls me Cat Tat, right? And he goes, Cat Tat, you're going to Toronto. And I'm like, oh, he's stalking me. He goes, you're going to Toronto? And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't know he was coming. And he says, I'll see you on the flight. And I'm like, oh, shut up, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to Toronto, going to Fanexpo. And I just didn't believe him. And I was like, no, seriously, where are you going? I'm FaceTiming, and he goes, all right, I'm going to Philadelphia, I'm going to Burbank Airport. And I'm like, all right then, well, have a nice time. So I'm sitting in the lounge, in the Swiss Air lounge in LAX. Crayrow turns up, Craig Robinson, right? And he goes, I go, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm going to Toronto. And I'm like, really, what are you doing there? He's like, I'm going to Fanexpo. And I said, no, you're not. I mean, and he said, you have got to start believing me. So anyway, I still am convinced he's going to a different convention than I am. I'm like, but I'm going to a sci-fi convention. And he's like, okay, we're not going to the same convention, right? The captain turns up, right? The captain comes out to say hello. And he said, oh, I really love Doctor Who. And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, and I love your work on The Office. And I go, yeah, I know, Craig Robinson's out there. He says, yes, I know, he's doing Fanexpo. And I go back to Craig and I go, all right, this one time. But he actually wasn't pranking me. I'm always convinced that he is. I never believe him. But thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Did you call me buddy?
No, I called him buddy.
Oh, I thought you called me buddy, and I was like, hey, fella, what's going on?
Sorry.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, pal.
What's going on? Get a couple of beers.
Yeah. Go see the hockey game.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's ditch these losers.
Yeah. So
one lone clap.
So Donna is my favorite companion of the new series.
Thank you.
And I was wondering because you, I think last year, returned to the character along with David for the Big Finish audios.
Yes. Woo!
Yeah, nice to see some Big Finish fans here. Always
yes.
What was it like returning to the character, and also what was it like shifting from the visual Doctor Who to the audio? Just.
Well, yeah. Didn't have to dress up. That was nice. To be honest, we fell back into the characters so quickly and so easily. It was a joy, you know, the dynamic, and I think that particular, those particular series were written so well that it was just like it was as if we'd never been away. That is also the joy of working with David, but I think the characters are with us, you know, and so it was very. Obviously, there's technically it's a lot easier, obviously, because you haven't got to hit any marks, you've not got to be aware of cameras or anything like that. But there's another technical kind of technique, I suppose, you need to follow, and that is to how you can convey all this action and all this characterization just through your voice. So the production values on that are very, very good, because I don't think you really miss not seeing it, because the story and the production values are so good, and we're all sort of so invested in our characters.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
So what I'm wondering is, what is your favorite memory from like on-screen time from anything that you've done?
From anything that I've done? Gosh, anything that I've done. Well, I tell you what is probably what extremely memorable is we did a comic. There's Comic Relief. Do you get Comic Relief here, Red Nose Day?
Yes, we're Canadian.
We did it.
British crossover.
Oh, of course, yes. Because the Queen is your Queen, isn't she?
Yes. She's on our money. And on our money.
And on your money.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Not even a cent you keep for yourself.
We don't have the penny anymore.
You don't what?
We don't have the penny anymore.
Not all at once.
We don't have the penny anymore.
You don't have the penny anymore. You don't have to say it as if I'm stupid. She's like, oh my God. The penny. Get it? I'm joking. It's fine. Listen, it's just a joke. Is that me and David on your phone?
Yes, it is.
Cool. What was the question? Memories. Memories.
Red Nose Day.
What? Red Nose Day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did a Lawrence sketch, my Bobbin sketch, with the Prime Minister at the time, Tony Blair.
Oh my
and
God,
that was amazing, because I actually got to film inside Downing Street, and everyone assumed it was a set because we'd not, because people don't get allowed to film in Downing Street in his house, and I did. So that was really quite a memorable thing. And I'm not really, I'm not particularly sentimental or nostalgic or anything like that, but it did actually make me think, oh, actually that was really quite cool. But everything else I've forgotten, mate. Sorry. There's probably loads of stuff like after every season of everything, I'm like, oh my God, this means so much to me. Forgotten it.
We're so British, we still celebrate Victoria Day.
You do, and I don't even know what that is. You're so British. Is that from Queen Victoria?
Yeah.
When is it? We don't have that.
May 24th.
May 24th?
That weekend.
Oh God, we don't have that.
We also spell color with a U.
Correct.
Crazy.
How'd you spell favourite?
We got U.
Correct.
Yay. Neighborhood.
What do you call the subject where you add stuff up and take away?
Mass. Sorry.
Incorrect. More than one number. Plural. Maths.
Maths.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello, darling.
I wanted to ask, what's your favorite Doctor Who monster?
Oh, okay. Because it's not just the Daleks. I didn't know there was more than one. So there are some called the Ood.
Yay!
I actually love the Ood. Because the Ood, honestly, do you know what it was? The Ood used to remind me of my cat. Because they were such gentle souls, the Ood. And they were just like my cat, Tiger.
Aww.
And I loved him so much.
Aww.
I know, don't get me started. He got run over.
Aww.
Oh no, listen, this is not the end of it. You thought I was taking you down one path, oh ha ha, and it funny, and she funny. You wait to hear about my dead cat.
Therapy. We're
Therapy, I know.
We're therapy.
But you know what I really think? Oh, here we go, Canada. Singing to my soul. Do you know what, when pets die, I don't think people realise how much it affects them.
Absolutely.
It's a really big thing, and it's a taboo, you know, because some people, because it's like that thing, if you're not an animal person, you don't understand it, and if you are an animal person, you can't explain it to someone, but pets so close, so close, so
Family.
close. Totally. Anyway, sorry, I digress. What was it? Something about Doctor Who? Oh yeah, no, the Ood with their spaghetti vomiting mouth. I love the Ood, and there was these other ones called not sultanas, something like that. Sontarans. Yes. So here's the thing about the Sontarans. It takes about 10 days to film an episode, right? We're filming with these Sontarans, right? About 7 days in, I don't realise there's someone in it. I thought they ran on electricity, right? But it's sort of, you know, short actors in this thing. And once, for 7 days, I was just thinking they were like robot things. And then, you know, they call, you know, that's a wrap. One of the heads opens and up pops someone. I nearly died. And it was quite embarrassing as well to think there had actually been people in there and I didn't know. But yeah, the potato head ones, aren't they? Yes. So I'd say the Ood and the Sontarans. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
We do have time for just a couple more questions. Go for it.
Hi, Catherine. Big fan.
Hello, darling. Thank you.
So, if you could step into the shoes of Donna Noble again on the upcoming season of Doctor Who, how do you think she would react to meeting the newest incarnation of the Doctor?
Well, she wouldn't know who she was, would she?
Yeah. Memory loss aside.
You what?
Memory loss aside.
Oh, memory loss. Well, memory loss aside.
She'll die.
She would die. Wouldn't she? She'd die.
She'd
like,
die.
Oh, the new Doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, my head hurts.
When she's traveling with Ken. Maybe they meet when she's traveling with Ken. It's a multi-doctor special.
Do you know what? When he just said, this is my buddy, innit?
Yeah.
You're my buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
High five, buddy. He just said maybe with 10. What does that mean?
A multi-doctor special.
Multi-doctor special. It's like you're talking Latin to me.
Christmas special.
Do you mean 10th Doctor? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, this is like code for like, hey, 10. We don't say 10th Doctor, we just say 10. We're in the know. Because this is what I've always thought. Why don't we do, I've said this to Russell, why don't we just do, because I know like it's all sequential and stuff, but how about you just do, on its own, an episode or a film called Dr. Donna, The Lost Adventure.
Yes!
And it wouldn't have to be, you know, it wouldn't have to be now. It was just The Lost Adventure. It was just when he was in the face of David Tennant and Donna was his companion. I mean, I'm just saying, it would be good.
Christmas special. Anything can go.
Christmas special, but you can't do a Christmas special and go back. You know, it's got to be on its own. Can you imagine? The new Doctor turns up and is like, no, we're coming back. Sorry.
Maybe it's a dream.
It was a dream.
It's a dream.
It was a dream. Like Bobby Ewing in Dallas. I just walk out of the shower and I'm like,
why not?
The Doctor of Christmas Past.
The Doctor of Christmas Past. Oh, it's all happening here. This is a hub of creativity. Thank you, darling. You and your baby are going to have to come with me to every Q&A. Yes! You're my family now.
All right, last question.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, darling. Are you a Donna? You're a Donna. Come up, darling. Come on. What's your name?
Casey.
Casey? Let's have a round of applause for Casey. Look, it's a little mini me. What's your question, darling?
Out of all the Doctor Who episodes that you weren't in, which one would you like to be in?
Well, that would be easier to answer if I'd ever seen any of them. I mean, I can barely remember the ones I am in. Right. The one with a Dalek. No, what about... I mean, listen, I can't bluff it. I've never seen any. Is there one... Hold on a minute. Is there one... some statues and they blink or something?
Yes!
That's a good one. Oh, I wasn't in that, was I? No. So don't blink. That was the one.
Blink.
Oh, blink. But you're not supposed to blink.
That's the point.
So it's called Blink.
Yeah.
But except don't blink.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. That makes sense. No wonder I don't follow this stuff. What's your favourite one? Oh, it's turning into a riot. What's your favourite one?
I don't know.
Good. That's what I like. Pull up a chair by me, love. But you know what? I can tell you what the favourite episode I was in, hands down, was Turn Left. Yeah. You got something on your back. Thank you, darling. Great question. Round of applause for Casey.
Keep the applause going for Catherine Tate.
Before we go, full disclosure, this is a bit rude, but we're going home now, aren't we? You can't sue me. I've got a new business.
What's your business?
I'm a prostitute.